So, my wife Michelle and I were watching the news last night, and there are kind of a couple of airline news stories
very
that
much
have a
so.
buzz, right? Because you've got the flight of 17 Americans
Flying to Nebraska.
from the cruise line
Right.
that had the virus outbreak, the rat
Hunter,
virus
right.
outbreak. So that's an airline story, right? They landed in Nebraska this morning, and they're being quarantined now. So there's one story. And the other story that was in the news was the guy that climbed the fence and was walking
In Denver.
across the runway
Yep.
and got hit by a passenger jet.
Frontier
and
Airlines.
Sucked up into the turbine. So now we're thinking airlines, right? We're sitting there watching the news, two airline-related stories in a row. And my wife turns to me and she says, hey, you know how we always, when we fly, we tend to get extra legroom if it's available. And very often the extra legroom puts us in the emergency row. Okay? And I always fly next to the window. That's where I like to be. I like to look down as we're taking off. And so that means that I am the immediate person connected to the emergency door. And it's a big thing because before the plane takes off, the flight attendant, it's their job. They have to come over and get a verbal response from you. They'll say, just need to ask you, are you ready and willing to assist passengers in the case of an emergency? And of course you say yes, right? And all of a sudden,
But are you?
right, because
question.
Michelle said, what does that mean? Like, does that mean, I always thought it was, am I ready to open the door in the case of emergency? And then the inflatable slide goes out, right?
And then off you go.
But we're
First.
wondering, are they actually expecting me to help passengers off the plane while it's on fire?
That's a good question because
Yeah.
that seat generally you pay for. So
Right.
Right. And then they
It's
ask you
extra
these
money.
Right. So they ask you these questions like, are you prepared to do this? And of course you say yes because you don't want your seat to be moved.
But are they asking you if you're prepared to die?
I have an answer here if you'd like it.
What's the answer?
Bill.
Okay.
Passengers seated in emergency exit rows are required by federal regulations to assist flight crews during an evacuation. By accepting these seats, you agree to perform specific physical duties
What?
and help guide other passengers to safety.
Now, okay, hold on. Now, you need to picture this,
How
right?
are they going to police that if you don't?
We're in a row where I'm at the window, Michelle is to my right, and then there's another passenger to her right. So there are three of us. When and if I open the door, which I'm perfectly willing to, okay?
But that's it.
We're in the way of passengers desperate to get off the burning plane, right? So it makes no sense to me because there's no way on God's earth that I've volunteered to remain on the plane with the flames going through the entire fuselage. That's not what I agreed to. First of all, I paid extra. So they're saying I'm
Right.
paying extra to risk my life for those I've never met in my
That's
whole life.
basically what they're
But
doing.
Lisa, he did agree to do that when you say yes verbally, by the way.
I thought it meant
Correct.
open the door.
No.
So I'm always looking. Every time I get on board, I read the thing again. Say, okay, that lever needs to come down and that one needs to come across. So I know how to open the door.
Okay.
But I want to tell everybody, okay, if you happen to be on board the flight with me and I'm in the emergency row, yes, I'm very capable of opening the door. I think I'll be one of the best door openers ever, right? I'm prepared to open the door. But you need to know in advance, I'm the first one off that plane.
You made
I
that very
might
clear.
let my wife go first. I'm
Yeah,
not even
he's not-
sure. It depends on the moment.
yeah, there's no assisting for Bill.
Bill's going down the slide.
He,
I'm out that door.
100%
Yeah.
first.
I'll probably grab Michelle's arm
Yeah.
and we'll both slide down together, and then we're just running for our lives. I'm never looking back.
because Billy thinks that he's like getting out of your way. So he's doing you a favor.
Well, in Africa, he left his wife behind. There was a possible animal attack that was about to happen in the safari, and he ran away and left
Well,
his
at a
wife.
live show once, I remember there were some cows that were charging the live show like area.
Yeah, we're at the
And-
Topsfield Fair.
Yeah, you guys got out of there before
Well,
all of our listeners did.
The cows got spooked. We're in a tent.
Right.
The cows got spooked and started charging us.
And he
right?
left.
I climbed over people
Yeah.
like everybody. Like,
Children.
I was is out that tent door first.
Oh, God. All right. Well, let's see what this flight attendant has to say about
Okay.
this.
If you're seated in an emergency exit area, you're expected to help in case of an emergency and assist in evacuation. That means listening carefully to the safety briefing when the flight attendant comes to you to brief
You do that, Bill? You listen to the safety briefing?
Yeah, I know it by heart.
Okay, good.
you. Second, listening to the demo. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Listen to the demo, guys, please. And also, you have to be physically and mentally capable to help and operate the exit.
Well, I think the mental part is the issue.
Well,
because
listen.
you're physically able, but you're not mentally prepared to help anyone but yourself.
No, he meets the whole criteria. Look at
No, listen.
No,
I'm
he
willing to
doesn't.
keep my hand on the lever for the entire flight. Right, the door, I got it covered. That
but
door's
he's
gonna
going out-
swing open.
You're going out first.
You'll never see my ass again.
Right.
Think about how crazy this is.
He's going to be banned.
First
from
of all,
that
we're
Rona.
in the way of everybody getting off the plane. We're standing at the door.
No, but you're supposed to stand there and help the other people
There's
out
no room.
first.
No, but you're
There's-
but you're supposed to, like, if
They're
there's an
squeezing
if there's
by
an
us?
elderly woman, you're supposed to hold her by the arm and get
Yes.
her onto the slide.
Someone else can do that.
Or a kid. What if it's a little kid? You pick a
I'm
little kid.
paid extra money
God, you're a
to be
monster.
first off.
This is unbelievable.
Well, at least he's honest.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the requirements, Bill.
Okay.
You got to be 15 years old. You meet that criteria. Mobility. You must have full strength, dexterity, and mobility in
Got
both
it.
arms, hands, and legs. You have all that.
Yeah. I sit
Compre-
there practicing.
Yeah. Comprehension. You must be able to read, understand, and orally communicate instructions in English.
Okay,
Right?
you can do that.
And finally, independence. You must be able to perform tasks without the assistance of another person. So you meet all of these.
What? How am I in a position to give instructions? Like, they never tell you what the instructions
They do.
are.
They do
like,
the
what am I
demo.
saying
I
to
think it's-
strangers? Hey, come on over here.
No.
I'll help you.
Bill, it doesn't mean just letting people help people off the plane. It means people that to get their masks. You know, the demo that they give. you
All
have to-
of that?
Yes.
To this day, I don't know how that damn mask comes down.
Don't
And I never pay attention to that part. I'm putting it on. Like, I always get confused with the straps.
Yeah.
There's always a strap to pull. I can do the life jacket.
You can?
Yeah, that's under the seat, right? But again, I'm not standing in a burning plane and helping 300 people off before I get off, and I paid more than anyone else. I'm paying extra for the right to what? Burn?
to help people. You got to help people.
Oh, boy, this is not for you, Bill.
No.
My wife had to pose the question. I've been perplexed ever since.
I know. He brought it up this morning. He was like, I can't
Yeah.
stop thinking about
I'm
this
sweating.
emergency.
I'm so concerned about it. I can't. I have to fly to the Azores
Yeah.
this week.
Are you sitting in that row?
I think I am
Oh,
in
you
the
are?
emergency
Great.
row.
Oh, you better hope there's not a real emergency.
All I know is if there's a real emergency, I hope I don't see Billy Costa anywhere near me, because I know I'm going down.
Uh-huh.
I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night.